Gentleman yields back, and the chair recognizes the gentlelady from New Hampshire for 5 minutes.
Great, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I want to spend my time focusing what I believe are real victims of online harms and examine how Section 230 plays a role in those harms. As the founder and co-chair of the bipartisan task force to end sexual violence, I'm particularly concerned about reports of online dating apps being used to commit sexual assaults and how Section 230 has prevented the survivors from seeking justice. I recognize that Section 230 is the bedrock of our modern-day internet, but Congress has a responsibility to ensure that these legal protections are functioning as intended. The protections that Section 230 provide online platforms should not extend to bad actors and online predators. Dating platform companies have defeated numerous lawsuits regarding egregious and repeated cases of sexual assaults on the grounds of Section 230. And I think this committee can agree that Section 230 was not intended to protect dating apps when they failed to address known flaws that facilitate sexual violence. Mr. Overton, if you could, Congress has previously examined and enacted changes to Section 230 to strengthen protections. Can you speak to how additional reforms to Section 230 could better protect the American public?
Thank you so much, Congresswoman. And just this notion that platforms, you know, if you're a company and you engage in the activity, you can be sued. But if you basically facilitate the activity and get paid for it, hey, you're fine. You hide behind Section 230. And this is the true problem. So this notion of requiring that entities act in good faith and to take reasonable steps in order to enjoy the immunity is one reform that has been, you know, held up, that's sufficiently flexible to deal with different contexts, that is a possibility in terms of dealing with this. Professor Danielle Citron has put forward this proposal. She's kind of tweaking it now. But certainly these folks who know that there's a problem and they're profiting off of these platforms, effectively profiting off of Section 230, which was designed to make it easy for folks to take down this type of activity, and has been twisted by courts to basically allow for a free-for-all. So I agree with you. Exploitation, particularly of minors, is a major issue that hopefully there's some bipartisan agreement on addressing.
And based upon your expertise, do you believe that Congress should look to reform Section 230 in this way?
I definitely think that we need to think about it in a nuanced way. We definitely need to reform. I think that is one of the leading proposals, and I'm very open and supportive of it. There may be some other proposals. The SHIELD Act, there are a few others. SHIELD Act, there are a few that are out there that are important.
Well, thank you for sharing your expertise. It remains clear to me that there are real opportunities to make the internet a safer place for the American people. Section 230 was enacted almost 30 years ago, and it's past time for Congress to take a closer look at these legal protections. I ask that this committee refocus its effort on Section 230 on preventing real online harms and sexual violence in our communities, and I yield back.